Yeah, Freesocks.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. It's Freesocks, episode 1. I'm your main man, Mr. Insult.
And I'm your father, Mr. World War.
We had a
to
really
Freesocks.
hard time of thinking of that, but that's fine. Yeah, welcome everybody to Freesocks, episode 1, our pilot episode, if you would. Formerly known as Distinctly Daryl.
Yeah, we decided to change the name because it wasn't just Daryl, and it wasn't very distinct to have only one Daryl and a whole other person who was not Daryl.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it feels like a whole new project, really, but it's really like a spiritual successor to Distinctly Daryl.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing that same irreverent, zany South Park humor to this podcast that was on the other one. So mothers, lock up your children, because this is not a podcast for babies.
Yeah, Daryl, that's a good point. We're going for a good structured vibe with this podcast. We're going to have segments. You guys let us know what kind of segments you want. Right now we're thinking movie segment, gaming segment, music segment, trending topic segment, and then we have
not
our
too
nice...
political, though.
Not too political. No, we can't. It's just got to be trending things, you know.
Just
Kiki,
popular,
do you
social,
love me, all that.
social
People
media
jumping out of their
BS.
cars, all that. Yeah, all that. And then we have our best segment, our staple segment, the Q&A segment. Daryl, tell them more about it.
Well, the Q&A segment is basically where you're going to be finding out how to get these free socks. The name of the podcast is Free Socks. You want free socks, you got to send in a question. We got to think it's a good enough question to put on here. We're going to read it out loud. We're going to debate the question, try and give you an answer. And then guess what, baby? You get those free socks if we like your question the most.
Daryl, where do they send in the question? Like, how can they do that?
Well, you send in the question on givemefreesocks@gmail.com.
So you can email it?
You can email it, you can tweet it, you can text it if you know our phone numbers, but you probably don't. Well, it's only our friends who listen to this, so you probably know our phone numbers. Just text it. Or
No,
you could
Daryl,
DM.
no, it's not just our friends, Daryl. Don't worry. It's not just our friends. We have a wide audience. But anyway, wide audience.
Yeah, wide audience of like our friends and extended family members who were like, I guess I'll give that Wacky Kids podcast a listen. But yeah,
All right,
sure, for
Daryl.
sure.
Yeah, sure. All right, what's our handle on Twitter, Daryl?
I think it's Get Free Socks or The Free Socks on Twitter. Let me check. I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, it's at The Free Socks, all caps.
All right. So everybody tweet us your sick questions. I mean, your questions can be whatever you like. They could be personal. They could be not personal. We're not picky right now. We don't have a whole lot of questions. But
if you could, please don't put anything very deep on here like, oh, my parents are always fighting. How do I deal with that? Because I'm going to be real with you. I don't know how. I don't have a fun answer. I don't have a fun answer for that one. That's a hard one.
Yeah,
don't get too
that's a good
personal.
point,
Don't
Daryl.
overshare.
All right,
Like-
fair enough.
Like social boundaries, obviously. Like you wouldn't go up to a stranger like, how do I keep my parents from getting divorced? Or I don't think my girlfriend really loves me. Like I don't know what to do about that. But I'll give you a really funny answer, and hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit better.
Hopefully so, Daryl. Hopefully so.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, with that, I say we head into our first segment.
We're only 3 minutes into the podcast. Jesus Christ, how long are we going to talk about movie?
Daryl, it's a short intro. Don't worry, Daryl.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot about Song of the Week. Yeah, every week or every episode we're going to just be dropping a banger track. We're going to do that in the music segment.
Yes, sir.
Can't give you a preview of it yet. I was thinking about it, but no. I almost leaked
Stay
it, but I
tuned,
didn't.
everybody. Stay tuned.
For sure, stay tuned. Definitely. Okay, so movie segment. I just saw a movie tonight. I saw Unfriended 2, the Dark Net. That one is chilling. Aaron, you ever have like a thing where you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm afraid of that, and then you go see a movie about it for 2 hours and you're like, oh my god, I have a new fear.
Only all the time, Daryl. Like the dark web. Now tell us about it, Daryl. Tell us how's that chilling to you, Daryl?
First, I'm going to tell you about my own personal experience with the dark web, which is it's surprisingly very easy to access by accident.
No, Daryl, no.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I accidentally just sort of strolled onto the Silk Road one time, and it was the scariest thing.
Oh,
it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How did that happen?
I just sort of Googled, like, how does one access the dark web? And then there's a website that has a full list of all of the sites on there.
Oh,
and it had like a whole archive with
gosh.
links to them, and I clicked Silk Road, and I was just on the
Daryl.
Silk Road.
Daryl, why would you do that?
It was in high school, and like I just found out about it, and I was like, this is so crazy, so creepy. And one day, me and Reese and Steger were gonna like actually surf it, and then
Oh
I went
my
on it, and I
God.
got so scared, and I was like, I'm never touching that again. So basically, I'm not gonna do spoilers of the movie Unfriended, but here's a breakdown. A guy finds steals a laptop so he can work on this program for his girlfriend who's deaf. It's like a program that like translates sign language and his words and like transcribes them so she can read what he's saying in sign language and he can understand what she's signing.
All right, Daryl. All right, sounds like a sick movie. You guys should all check it out. Unfriended in theaters now.
I didn't talk about
not
more.
sponsored.
Like the
Are
guy,
you talking about it more?
just like a little bit. Like after he finds the laptop, the dude who actually owns it is like, no, that's like he finds a bunch of weird, creepy live leak like videos on there, and like some guy hacks it, and then he starts picking off all his friends dark web style. It's pretty wild.
That is wild, Daryl. That sounds like a wild film.
It's because most of that stuff can happen. It probably won't happen, but all of it can happen.
I mean, that's the scariest thing about a horror film, isn't it? When it could actually physically happen. Not like
Yeah,
a
like that
clown
could happen.
hiding in your drain.
You know, like someone could legitimately hack your webcam and like figure out where you live, and then like murder you. It's
That's a
surprisingly
very good
cheap
point,
to
though.
hire a murderer on the dark net, by the way. It's like,
Is it, Daryl?
like you'd think like $1,500, you know, the price of like a used 1999 Toyota Corolla, wouldn't be also someone's life, because it costs someone's life in a Toyota Corolla from 1999 shouldn't cost the same amount of money, but they do. And it's
Good God, that's a
horrifying.
great point, Daryl. That's an awesome point.
It's horrific.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So just don't go to the dark net, because I'm still afraid someone's gonna hack my Wi-Fi and murder me all the time.
Yeah, I'm afraid as well, and I've never even been on there.
Okay, what about the movies you've seen? Because you've been to like all the summer blockbusters, Aaron, and I haven't seen a single one.
I've
Give me a
seen them
rundown.
all. I've seen them all. They're all great. They're all everything you'd ask for.
Okay, just give me a breakdown as if all the movies were fused. So if like Jurassic World and Incredibles and Solo: The Star Wars Story, even if you haven't seen it, just tell me if they all met in the same movie, how would that go down?
All right, Daryl. How would that all go down? All those three specific films fused into one film. All right. So you'd start out on an alien planet. Some young guy that he wants to be Harrison Ford. Okay, he really wants to be Harrison Ford. Daryl. You can't believe how much he wants to be Harrison Ford. And he's he's doing Harrison Fordy stuff. You know, it's like you're at San Diego Comic-Con. Someone's really young, dressed like Harrison Ford. He's
Yeah, I
trying
get
his
it.
best. He's doing his best. He's like stealing stuff. He's being Han Solo, for as
Yeah.
much as as well as he can be. Then out
I
of
get it.
nowhere, the Underminer comes out of the ground, and then all 4 or 5 of the Incredibles family, they're all fighting him. They're all trying to defeat him because he's the Underminer. He's a bad guy. He's got to be stopped. But then, you won't believe it. From the same hole in the ground, a dinosaur comes out and tries to destroy the whole city. That's all those movies together. That's exactly what happens, and it's as fun as it sounds.
That sounds like a really good feature film. I'm so glad I didn't know that Spielberg and Ron Howard were gonna meld together like that, but it came together. It sounds amazing.
It works. It works really well.
Actually, I did see that film just now. I just watched it on YouTube. I was streaming it in like 8 times speed, but yeah, it's like really, really good. I don't really
Wait, which
like
film?
the tentacle scene, the movie you just told me about.
Oh
The
yeah,
tra-
yeah.
I didn't like the tentacle scene in it, but other than that, I thought it was I thought it was too risque, but it was a pretty bold choice by the directors of Ron Howard and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it's a great film, guys. You should see it. The Incredibles, Fallen Kingdom, Solo: A Star Wars Story 2, in theaters right now. Check it out.
Yes.
Not sponsored.
And if you use our promo code, this isn't real, at fandango.com, you will get a whopping $0.00 off any movie purchase. That
Good
is
God.
promo code this isn't real in all caps at fandango.com, and you will get a whopping 0 cents off any purchase.
Alright, now that awful joke is out of the way, we can talk about something else that we really wanted to talk about right now, Daryl.
Which is...
Witches.
We're talking about witches?
Witches. Specifically, The Witch Ghost, Scooby-Doo and The Witch Ghost. What do you think of it, Daryl? Great film, but what do you think of it?
I'm going to have to let you down here and tell you how disappointed you're about to be in me. I haven't seen Scooby-Doo and the Witch of the Ghost. I didn't know that
gosh,
existed.
Daryl.
I didn't know it was a movie. I thought you were making a joke at first, and then you didn't laugh.
Wait,
So this is a real
is that
movie?
What it's called? Oh, yep. That's what it's called, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Great film.
Okay, I'm going to look it up and see how...
1999. Direct to video. Of course, all those films are, but it's a good one, Daryl. It's pretty good. The whole gang, traveled to a New England town called Oakhaven after being invited by horror writer Ben Ravencroft. Like a number of direct-to-video Scooby-Doo animated films released in the late 1990s and early 2000s.
Never mind, I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie. I didn't remember, but I've seen this movie. It's a great movie.
It's good.
It's terrific. So, which animated Scooby-Doo movie do you think is the best? What's your fave?
Should we rank them, Daryl? I think we should rank them.
Okay, you can rank them. You give me your rankings first, and then I'll give you mine.
All right. I'm gonna have to pull up a list real quick so that I have a reference, because I'm not gonna be I think I've seen almost all of these films, but off the top of my head, I'm not sure if I could remember them all.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you mine then. Number one, coming in at number one, Scooby-Doo, Zombie Island, best one. Number two, Cyber Chase. Number three, the Alien one. Number four, Number four, Monster in Mexico, and number five, Vampires.
All right,
the Vampire Island, the League of Vampires.
Okay, Legend of the Vampire. That's a pretty good one.
Don't
forget
Hex
Aloha Scooby-Doo.
Aloha Scooby-Doo is pretty good, but I don't think it's better than any of the Scooby-Doos I've mentioned.
I mean, I guess, Daryl. Alright.
It's kind of a one-off. Did you also see Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, where Shaggy... It's like a spin-off where Shaggy and Scooby just are like teachers at a boarding school for young monsters girls.
I can't say I've seen it, Daryl.
I'm going to drop a picture of it into the... I'm going to drop a pic of it into the chat. It's very old, very, very old. It's a pretty solid movie. Pretty solid film.
Alright, Daryl, let me give you my top 5 Scooby-Doo films.
For sure.
Coming at number 5, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Great film, but you know, it's not my fave. Alright, number 4, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Another good one. Still doesn't do it for me quite as much as these other 3 films. Alright, number 3. One that you... Oh, Daryl shared me a... Alright, sorry everybody. Wait, what is this, Daryl?
Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, where they're the teachers of the school for the girls.
This looks like new Scooby-Doo. This looks like what's new Scooby-Doo.
No, that's Where Are You, Scooby-Doo. That's the very, very old one.
Oh, okay, nice, Daryl.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, number 3 on my list of best Scooby-Doo straight-to-video films. You guessed it, Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders. Just kidding, I don't know what it's called, but the alien one that Daryl also mentioned at number 3, I think.
I think it's Alien Invaders too, and yeah, those are all really good ones. Let me pull up the thing. Alright, what's your favorite movie that's not Scooby-Doo? What's your favorite?
I didn't even say 2 and 1.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What?
Oh,
that was your 3 also?
That was my 3.
Okay.
It's fine, Daryl. Number 2 is Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, and number 1 is obviously Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
That is a pretty solid number 1.
Alright, we've definitely talked about Scooby-Doo too long.
I don't want to hear those words again. We're going to be calling him Talking Brown Dog and Stoner and Jockey McJockpants. I don't want to say the name anymore. talking
What
dog
name?
and his gang.
What name? Oh, you mean Scooby-Doo?
Exactly. Nope. No.
Scoobert Doo?
Scoobert Doobert, and we're done. We're done.
All right.
We're going to talk about video games. Okay. So, you and I were at E3 this year, correct?
Yeah, we were definitely at 8-3, Daryl. We went to all of the big showcases, the Xbox briefing, the Ubisoft briefing, all of the briefings. We were there.
Okay, so tell me what Todd Howard said when he was releasing the Fallout 76 customer edition, when he was talking about that.
Oh, Daryl.
I'm joking.
Todd Howard.
We didn't go to E3.
Todd Howard.
We didn't
man.
go to E3. We're lying.
Todd Howard.
We can't
Daryl, why
start
would you
this
lie to-
podcast.
don't lie
We
to the
can't
people. Don't lie to the people.
We can't start this podcast on a lie. We can't. I won't do it.
All right, fine. We didn't go to E3, but it felt like we were there through these live streams that we watched.
Also, this podcast is sponsored by Blue Apron. Blue Apron, a great way to eat. For just $10 per person a meal, you can have decadent new meals. Blue Apron, a safer way to eat.
Yeah, Daryl.
A
Yeah,
taste
we're not
of life,
starting this
Blue Apron.
podcast on a lie. Definitely not starting this podcast on a lie by having a fake sponsor, which sponsors everyone. True enough. That sounded like a
They're
legitimate
on
sponsor.
every
'cause
single podcast.
Everybody is sponsored by Blue Apron and Audible. Everyone's sponsored by them.
Oh, this podcast is also brought to you by Audible, a great new way to read books, to listen to all your favorite books. And if you use the promo code GetSocks right now, our listeners will get one free audiobook. That means any free audiobook, and you can exchange it for anything. For any book, you can just, no questions asked, you can exchange every single audiobook for any book. No questions asked. No one's going to come knocking about this book. It's a book.
Oh my god.
For free.
All right, Daryl. Now that we've lied to our audience and told them that we're making money off of this, let's
podcast
hop
is
into our
monetized.
gaming segment.
For sure. Gotta get those microtransactions, baby. I just started playing Fortnite. I'm all about the jugs, about jugging them jugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Daryl. Tell me about your transition from Fortnite hater to number one fan.
Well, I'm not a number one fan. Don't get it twisted. I
Okay,
still have
okay.
a lot of animosity towards that game. But I was very bored on PlayStation because none of my friends have PlayStation. And I was buying a lot of the exact same type of game, big open world game. And then getting 60% through of the campaign and then being like, I wonder if there's another big open world game I can beat. And then just serially buying those. And then I was like, I'm going to buy an Xbox One. And I went on OfferUp, went to a stranger's house, went inside their house with a lot of money, a lot of loose change and cash, and just handed it to them and turned my back to them after I grabbed the Xbox for a long amount of time, making sure they wouldn't murder me. And then drove home, put it in, put my profile on there, and started playing some Xbox. I got on Fortnite after I saw literally all of our friends playing Fortnite, and I was like, well, son of a bitch, if that's the only fucking game we're playing, I guess I'll play. Also, I didn't have any other games, really. I had that and GTA, so I was like, I might as well get the free game that other people are playing, at least.
All right,
And
Daryl,
so,
that's a good point.
Fortnite's okay. It's kind of a stupid game. It's like competitive Minecraft if you've never played it. You build...
Oh, that's inaccurate, but okay, Daryl. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, so you can build structures and destroy structures, but you have to punch trees, essentially, to get these structures, and the only reason you get structures is so you can build defense when people are shooting at you with guns. It's competitive Minecraft, literally.
Absolutely
at
not,
conception.
Daryl. Absolutely
At
not, but
conception.
go ahead.
At conception, it's competitive Minecraft. If Minecraft had winners and losers, that would be Fortnite, the video game.
Okay, Daryl. All right. Something tells me we're not going to agree on this, Daryl. So we're going to have to carry on.
Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely
Yeah, Fortnite's
A-okay.
a great game. This podcast is also sponsored by Fortnite.
No, we're
Thank you
not.
to Epic
No,
Games.
we're not associated
And
with them.
everybody over
Nope.
at that great organization who
Nope.
sponsored this great
PUBG all the way.
podcast.
PUBG was first. They
Daryl,
stole
Daryl,
PUBG's
shut your
IP.
mouth. Shut
They
your mouth,
literally
Daryl.
stole PUBG's IP. PUBG
Yeah,
is a
Daryl.
small.
Yeah, Daryl. You could definitely own a genre, Daryl. You're definitely right. You can own a genre. My bad.
They own that whole. It's the same game. Literally play the games. It's the same mechanics. It's all the
Yeah,
same
you're right,
mechanics
Daryl.
except
Just
one's
like
in first person.
Battlefield, straight, copied Call of Duty, Daryl. You're right.
Oh.
You're right. Call of Duty
Oh my
owned
God.
the genre, and then Battlefield copied them. You're totally right, Daryl.
There's a difference between shooters and a difference between like the literal whole game with just a funner reskin. Because that's the only difference. Is one's more fun to look at than the other.
Couldn't agree less, Daryl. Couldn't agree less. But that's
Okay,
fine.
how do you enter the map in PUBG? Do you parachute in?
Yeah. You
Okay, what
parachute
about
in from
Fortnite?
an airplane. You
And you
jump out of a party bus with a balloon on it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's just PUBG with a fun reskin. It's the
All
same
right,
game.
Daryl. Yeah, you're right. PUBG
Do you drop
owns
with
the
any weapons?
entire genre.
Do you drop
You're
with
right.
any weapons? Do you drop with any weapons in PUBG?
Daryl, I already said you're right. You don't have to keep arguing with me about this.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
PUBG owns the
Agreed
genre,
to-
everybody, just so you know that. This
PUBG
podcast is brought to you by
own it.
Microsoft and Player Unknowns, whatever the developer's called, I don't remember.
You don't even know the developer. That's because Fortnite stole their IP and did it with a big studio's backing, so they could do it.
Okay, Daryl, you're right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, cool, Daryl.
It's fine.
All right, let's move on, Daryl. Let's just move
You
on.
know what? I don't even want to do this podcast. You know what? If this is how this is gonna go, then I don't think I'll ask one of our other friends with more free time to do this.
Oh, really, Daryl? Really? We're getting that passive aggressive now, Daryl.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna start
kidding.
bringing real things into this. No, that was real, Daryl. I could
This
tell
took
that was
a
real.
very
but
long
it's fine.
time to put together, and I'm very excited about it. No, I'm kidding. That was a prank, everybody. You got
Yeah,
pranked.
okay,
This
Daryl.
is my new prank show, Freesocks.
Okay, yeah, sure, Daryl. Sure, dude.
There's a camera right there.
Yeah,
Right
the
there,
one
you're
that
looking
I'm
into it.
the one that I'm using on Skype, Daryl. Yeah, yeah, that is a camera.
Yeah,
That's
for
how you
sure.
Skype, Daryl.
Okay, why don't you talk about some other video games? You've been playing a lot of Mario Kart, I hear.
I mean,
What's
I
going
play
on in the
all the
plumber's
Nintendo
world?
games. I love all the great Nintendo games. As a matter of fact, this podcast is brought to you by Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch. Great console. Everybody get out there and purchase it. Purchase it at Best Buy. Use coupon code Daryl Hale. You'll get yourself a nifty.
Don't put my name as the coupon
5%
code.
off.
It's not the coupon. It's just socks.
That's DARRELLHE. Oh no, HALE.
You almost spelled my name wrong, and
I
I
almost
almost
did, Daryl.
ended
Just
the
like I
Skype
forget
call
all my
right
friends'
then and there.
birthdays, Daryl. Just like I
Right.
forget all my friends' birthdays.
But you put it in a calendar in your phone, so that's a pretty big step. I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, thanks, bud. All right, now let's get this
Okay.
back on track, Daryl. No one's gonna want to listen to this if we keep.
Yeah,
ranting
there's a lot
like
of
this.
dead air time. We're gonna have to cut all this out in post. Movie
Yeah,
magic, baby.
That's
Movie
what all
magic.
That's what all your podcasts used to say, Daryl. I don't think you ever cut these out. But anyway, let's continue. Let's continue talking about video games. Yeah, Nintendo games are great.
I'm
Everything
getting
on
the
the Switch is
Spider-Man
great.
video game. I pre-ordered the collector's pack for Spider-Man.
Good, Daryl. Good. That's gonna be a great video game. That's the entire reason I own a PlayStation 4.
100% all same. Like that's the only reason I bought a PS4. I wouldn't have a PS4 at all if I hadn't seen that thing.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man's just a great character, and he, frankly, is like the best character to work in the video game genre.
Yeah, he is the best. Like I think he's the best consistently used superhero in video games. Cause I don't.
But
think
used
there's any
well.
video game. No, there's like no other ones that are like good.
I mean, Batman, Daryl. You played the Arkham games, right? Those are phenomenal.
That's true. I mean Marvel, I guess. Because I don't think there's any other ones. Like, the phone one's okay, but, like, every other Marvel game has sort of been like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Daryl. You bring up very good points. And
Right,
they have
so-
a great studio behind it.
Yeah, Insomniac?
Naughty Dog?
Insomniac's
Insomniac? No, Insomniac.
It's
My bad.
It's Insomniac, and they're super fucking good. They did Spyro also.
Yeah, every PlayStation developer is phenomenal, honestly.
Yeah, dude, Hideo Kojima's about to make, like, the longest video game ever with Death Stranding.
Really, I already heard that Persona 5 is the longest video game ever.
Like, he got fired from his old studio because he wanted to make a month-long boss battle. So you
Good
would have
God.
to fight a boss for a whole month to be... That's how
Yeah,
long
I'd
it would
totally pay $60 for that. Yeah, I'd totally pay $60 to be frustrated that I can't beat this whole boss in an entire
in one
month.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a boatload of fun, Daryl.
There's another game, like, where I forget what game it is, but you can beat the final boss by taking a torch and putting it on the boss's butt, because they didn't put a bug in there. There's a bug where, like, if you put a torch on the boss's ass, it fucking dies. It just explodes and dies one hit.
I mean, that's better than taking a whole month to kill the boss, Daryl. That's much better.
He also wanted like a game over code. If you died enough times in the game, the video game literally stopped working, and you'd have to go buy another game if you wanted to
Man.
continue. He's a psychopath.
Man. That's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah, Kojima
that reminds
doesn't
me
give
of
a
this,
fuck.
Have you seen that movie, Daryl? That recently released movie did pretty well. Ready Player One.
The movie did do a lot better than everyone thought it was going to do, because everyone shit on it like a bunch from the jump.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a good movie.
yeah, it surprised people, myself included. It was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were just like, oh, they're going to put all these characters in it and make it seem like it's all... Like, yeah, they're in there, but that's just because it's Avatar. It's fine. It's a fine movie.
Yeah, it's a fine movie. It's pretty good. If I were about 5 years younger, I'd think it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty... People were mad that the Iron Giant uses a gun, but it's like, that's not the Iron Giant from the movie.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, shut up, nerd.
It's just a silly movie, and if you can't get over that, then you need to rethink your lifestyle.
Exactly. Wow, we're already at 25 minutes. Alright, you know what? We're going to take an ad break. We're going to do the next 5 minutes just doing all the ads and sponsors. Okay, so I'm going to check my email, and just whatever corporation has emailed me last, I'm going to read them and pretend like we have an ad from them. Because we do. We do have an ad from them. They paid a whole $69,000. From Regal Entertainment Group. This podcast is brought to you by Regal Entertainment Group. Thanks for your order. Here's your digital ticket. You can go directly to the ticket taker to scan this code. Unfriended Dark Web, July 26, 2018, 7:25 p.m. at Screen 1. That's what Regal sent me, and this podcast is brought to you by Regal Theaters. Also, Goodreads. This podcast brought to you by Goodreads.
You use Goodreads, Daryl?
I do use Goodreads. Only because Reese said, hey, you should use Goodreads if you're looking for more books to read. And I was like, okay. Because I was looking for more books to read.
Oh, nice. What you been reading lately?
I think the last book I read was this book my dad got me because he wanted to read it with me. And I got to like chapter 6 and stopped reading. It's sort of like a detective thing, but the guy's not a cop. He's just a guy who knows everybody in town and knows how to fight, so they let him go around.
Sounds like Nancy Drew or the Hardy Brothers.
Yeah, but he's like 60 and he'll just kick your ass, so.
60, wow. Alright, good for him.
He's a retired boxer. He just runs around, hey, did you kill this girl? Punch, punch, punch.
Wow, Daryl, nice. That's cool.
Yeah, so, hey, yeah, we were talking a lot about this Naruto game and these video games that you've never heard of. You thought Naruto was the one who did what? Exactly?
I believe Naruto, I stated it, they get superpowers when their hair turns blonde.
Yes, and that is obviously correct. Naruto is blonde, and he does get his superpowers from his belly button. That's the only thing that's wrong. He's blonde, but his powers come from his belly button. Because when he was born, they trapped a demon inside of his belly. His belly body button. And that's why everyone hates him.
That genre of television just never resonated with me.
It's fine. You don't have to like the animes, but I'm just going to tell you, you're alienating like a good 30-40% of our listeners right now.
I mean, is Nickelodeon's Avatar The Last Airbender an animator? Because that might count. That's a great show. I love that show. It's a great show. Okay, cool. I just unalienated them.
Hey, if you liked Avatar The Last Airbender, might I make one recommendation on the Netflixes?
Alright.
The Voltron Legendary Defender. It's made by the exact same people who made Legend of Korra.
Oh, yikes.
Legend of Korra was good, and they did Avatar too. But
Legend of Korra was okay. It wasn't very good. I couldn't get past the first season.
It's because you didn't... Yeah, the second season's like apeshit, and the third season it's just buck wild. It's buck wild. Yeah. So Aaron, in front of all of our listeners and God, I want you to tell me your unabashed opinion on Noah. Tell me...
Noah?
Tell me if you hate Noah right now in front of everybody on an audio recording.
I don't hate Noah, okay? Daryl.
Do you hate him because...
And I think this isn't the right place or time to be speaking about this, Daryl, honestly. I think this podcast is getting further and further from being published to the world, Daryl. That's what I think right now. But Noah, I mean, he's a fine guy. Don't get me wrong. Noah's a cool guy. He just, he's got some poor opinions sometime, and I don't agree with him, and that's fine. I mean, people don't agree all the time.
Aaron, you're being too politically correct on this podcast.
Daryl, that's what you're supposed to do.
No,
when people are
not.
possibly going to hear this.
No.
If
We're
this
here
is
to
going to be
push
published
the
to the whole
envelope,
world,
baby.
Daryl, I can't.
We're here to push the envelope, baby. We're here to take all the fragile little thoughts and delicate little sensibilities and put them right in the toilet where they belong. Okay? Here's some thoughts. I think we need to bring bullying back. Because not enough... Too many nerds are confident. You know why I'm so afraid of the dark web? Nerds. I'm afraid of nerds. Because nerds know how to use the internet to track me and kill me. Give that kid an extra swirly. Give him an extra swirly in case he murders you. Then it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
Give him another purple nipple.
Absolutely not getting... This is not getting published ever.
Aaron, we're publishing it because we're 30 minutes in and I refuse to record another first episode.
You very passively aggressively were obviously upset that it took so long to record this, and now you're just turning it into a shit show. That's what I'm thinking right now.
I'm not recording this again. We're doing this episode. This is the one that's going out into the world.
All right, Daryl. But here's the thing: if this is the first episode, then no one's going to continue listening to the show, even if it does eventually become okay. Like,
Aaron, who did I offend? Whomst?
You just we lost all the structure. We lost all the structure. We just started talking about random shit.
Because we had to fill
bring
time.
up Noah because you just wanted me to talk shit on Noah. Which really, I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit about anyone when it's going to be published to the whole world and they could hear it.
Aaron, that's the perfect place to talk shit about everyone. Because they can't respond in the same caliber.
They
How
can.
is he supposed-
They
is he
can
gonna make his own
respond at
podcast?
givemefreesocks@gmail.com. Only if he responds in a question form, though.
Yeah, that's a perfectly fine thing to do. Anyway, let's
Actually,
get on the music.
that's a great... Wait, one moment, Daryl. That's a great way to plug our great Q&A section. Noah, if you have a response to anything I've said about you in this podcast, please email it to us in the form of a question.
Yeah, email Aaron
to
like, hey,
give me
why do you
free
think I'm a
socks at
piece of shit?
gmail.com.
Hey, why did you
I
get so
never
mad at me
said
that
you
one
were a
time I
piece of
called you a homophobe? Why do you get so mad at me, Aaron? What are my opinions that are bad? What are my bad opinions?
Yeah, okay. That's fine. Those are all in the question format. So, no, if you have any of those questions, email them to us at givemefreesocks@gmail.com, and I'll be very happy to respond to them. I can't guarantee that you'll get free socks. Cannot guarantee that, but, I mean, it's always possible if you have good enough questions. So, with that
Also,
said...
if you got beef, I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him, so...
All right, now that we've heard Daryl's awful joke, let's transition into our next segment, the music segment. Everyone's favorite segment. Yes, we love music. We love all of our favorite artists. Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino. Who else is an artist the kids like, Daryl? Drake.
No,
all
keep
of
naming
them.
artists. I'm liking this. You keep naming some artists.
Taylor Swift. Everybody. Okay, maybe just I love Taylor Swift, but that's fine.
What about Fergie? Fergie Ferg's good too.
I don't really like Fergie. I just love Big Girls Don't Cry. That's it.
Okay,
Not
but what
a
about
huge
that
fan
one
of
where she
Fergie.
raps really fast. Every time I come around for the...
Okay,
like
that one
that's
too.
That
one
that's
too.
a banger
Okay,
track.
yeah.
That's a banger track.
Oh, dang. What's Fergalicious? Is that Fergalicious?
I think that is Fergalicious.
Yeah, that's a good song, too.
Fergalicious.
But overall, don't care for Fergie, especially after that awful national anthem that she did at, what was that, the NBA All-Star game?
I don't know. I don't watch
good
sports.
God, that
I'm a
was
nerd.
terrible.
I'm a fucking piece
Okay,
of
that's
shit.
cool, Daryl.
I'm a loser.
Okay, cool, Daryl. Yeah, Daryl, keep
Garbage.
making this great podcast. This podcast, like, it goes on the up, and then you just have to say something like that, don't you? Don't you, Daryl? You just love to self-sabotage, don't you, Daryl?
I think I have executive dysfunction, and anytime I need to complete a task, I just fuck it up. I'm kidding. Yeah, Song of the Week. The Song of the Week is picked by me and Aaron, but this week more me than Aaron, because I showed it to Aaron, and he liked it and agreed that it was a good one. It's Cool Generator by the band Bad Moves. They're a new band. They do sort of like a punk, not so much punk, but more like alternative garage type rock. If you remember a few years back, we started a band called Trash Boob, and Bad Moves is essentially how I wanted Trash Boob to sound, but we never practiced or made any songs or could write songs or...
We had one good practice, which I looked for the recording for, and nobody has. I tried to see if Reese has it, tried to see if you have it. I don't have it.
Nope,
It's
I don't
gone.
have it. I got a new phone. It's gone forever. It was two-thirds of the band knew how to play instruments, and we didn't have drums. Everybody played guitar, and no one was on vocal because we couldn't decide who wanted to be the singer.
Daryl was the third that didn't know anything. Just so everybody knows that.
I got my bass part down, so I still remember it, so shut up.
Yeah,
I know how to play that one thing on
You
bass.
did get it down. But anyway, music segment. That's a great song Daryl just mentioned, and we're going to continue this whole segment, Song of the Week. And it should be pretty nice. You guys, let us know if you like it, let us know if you don't like it, but preferably like it, because
we won't listen to bad opinions. We
didn't.
won't listen to opinions that we don't like. We won't listen to people saying, "Hey, that song of the week sucked." We're not going to listen to any negative feedback because who cares what people who don't like it say? It's not for you then. It's not for you. That's what. Or you're being too passive. You're being too passive on this podcast.
No, I'm not passive at all, Daryl. Trust me.
If it's constructive, sure. But if it's just like I don't like this, then don't listen.
All right, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fair.
That's a fair statement, I think. I stand by everything I say.
All right, music, guys, music. What else can we talk about music, Daryl?
I don't know. Not a whole lot's happening in the music industry except for like rappers are dying, rappers are beefing. Drake has a son, I guess, that we didn't know about for years and years and years.
That's true.
I don't know. No one's really going to get out. Well, Bobby Shmurda might get out of prison soon, but I don't know. Maybe.
True. So pretty quiet week in the music industry. We're probably gonna have to get back to you guys next week. But
on the music segment, yeah, for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
So we're gonna do some trending topics. What's a trending topic for you, Aaron? Because I'm gonna pull up some tweets, some Twitters.
Oh, jeez. I wish I was prepared for this. Shoot. I mean, I don't know. Demi Lovato's in the hospital, but I don't really care for her.
Oh, that's also true.
Oh, and then PewDiePie got some shit for posting a meme about Demi Lovato. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. PewDiePie's a dummy, and he stole my
PewDiePie,
catchphrase.
He's an idiot, but I really like PewDiePie.
He stole my catchphrase. He stole the name PewDiePie from me. If you ever listen to my stream on Twitch, you'll always hear me saying my catchphrase. PewDiePie, PewDiePie, PewDiePie.
Yeah, Daryl, that's your catchphrase. You had that first, you're right.
I've had it for a decade now, and PewDiePie refuses to acknowledge me, return my emails or calls or texts, because we're on a first-name text basis, so.
Really?
This
What's his
podcast
first
brought to
name,
you by PewDiePie.
What's PewDiePie's first name, Daryl?
Pew.
I'll give you 3 names. You have to guess which one it is.
Okay.
Is
It's none of them. His first name's Pew.
Is it
His first
Ralph?
name's Pew. His middle name
Felix?
is D. It's Felix, but his first name is Pew. For the sake of the joke, Aaron, play with me. Play with me in this joke I've created. For a second. Bounce off me, Aaron. That's the whole point of having...
I'm waiting, Daryl. I'm waiting.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't want to play, and it's all good. It's all A-okay.
All right, Daryl. All right, that's fine. All right, Daryl, give us another trending topic.
Okay, I can give you a real big trending topic. All right, here we go. The North Korea returns remains of U.S. service members. White House said, "Oh, that's bleak. Never mind. I didn't finish reading it.
Daryl, no politics. No politics, man.
Okay.
We're definitely not
Gwyneth
trying to make
Paltrow.
enemies of our very small audience.
Yes. Gwyneth Paltrow shut down Amber Rose's Becky with the Good Hair theory. Oh, so this is interesting. On Beyonce's last album, Lemonade, tasty beverage, even pretty okay album.
I'm familiar.
She accused Jay-Z of having an affair with a white lady named Becky with the good hair. Because Becky apparently is a very common name for white women, and people use that as a pejorative term against them. Anyway, it's not important. Basically, Amber Rose, Kanye West's ex-girlfriend, says, "I think Gwyneth Paltrow is Becky with the good hair because of this picture of Jay-Z and Gwyneth Paltrow standing next to each other and smiling." And then Gwyneth Paltrow has now come forward and said, "I would never do that because 1, I love Beyonce, and 2, Jay-Z's kind of gross looking." So I actually don't know her official statement on that. Also, Aaron, while we're not getting too political, what did you think of the firing of James Gunn?
Oh, great topic, Daryl. Great thing to bring up.
Wars.
Yeah.
Stars is Wars.
Yeah, from Guardians of the Galaxy, yes. Director of those great films. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was pretty upset about his firing. It was.
You don't think he deserved it?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm at liberty to say on this podcast whether or not he deserved it. But what I do know is that
Aaron,
he made these offensive tweets, Daryl. All right, hang in there with me. He made these offensive tweets about 10 years ago. However much later, I don't know. I'm assuming it was like halfway through 5 years or so. Let's just say it was 5 years later.
mm-hmm.
Disney's looking to hire him to direct these Guardians of the Galaxy films.
Yes.
Disney, this huge company Disney, like the media empire Disney, who does huge background checks on the people that pick up trash at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Huge background checks, obviously. So they're checking this guy out. They see these tweets. Everyone knows they see these tweets. Then, before he's hired, he issues an apology for these awful tweets. Which is, yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, sure. He did that so he could be hired to direct these films, yeah.
Yes.
So this was taken care of before he was hired.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the culture, the tweet culture, the everybody's got to be fired because they're saying bad things. Now he's fired from making these like cool movies people liked. It's kind of a bummer. That's all I have to say about it. It's a bummer.
Okay. People are petitioning to try and get him back. Now, if they can't get him back, who would you like to see replace him?
Who would I like to see?
Yeah, if you could pick one director, fantasy draft style director, who would just show up and be like, boom, I got Guardians of the Galaxy done. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's all me. I'm doing it. All me.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Whew.
Could be Quentin Tarantino, the foot fetishes. Could be, M. Night Shyamalan, or Shulman. I think his name's Shulman.
Oh my god.
Could be Michael Bay.
I can't. I wouldn't mind seeing a James Cameron Guardians of the Galaxy, Daryl.
You think James Cameron should direct
Guardians
of the Galaxy 3?
I mean, the MCU can wait. That movie could come out in 10 years. That's fine.
When is Avatar 4 gonna drop? Avatar 2 hasn't dropped yet, but they've done 3, I think, already. They've already filmed and recorded 3. They're just gonna drop all of them together and have like a triple feater one night at the
Who knows, Daryl? Who knows?
Isn't that still like the best movie of all time according to like stats?
The highest grossing film of all time? It's one of those.
I think it's like top 3 for sure.
No, it's number one. It's number one.
It's number
Daryl.
one? It didn't get dethroned by Infinity War or Black Panther? Because they were both at $1 billion.
Well, it depends on how you,
like with inflation, it's the best movie of all time?
No, it's based on like how much money it's made within a certain amount of time. Like the first week, the first weekend, and all that jazz.
Okay, well then, yeah, I think it's still the best. Yeah, I'm down for Avatar 2. I wish that they would make more Avatars sooner, but...
I mean, Avatar was fine. I don't know why people are like... It was a fine movie. Why is everybody, like, going crazy for this, like... I don't know. I didn't get it.
It's the first time people did, like, 3D in, like, a cool-ass way. I remember when those 3D glasses that look like sunglasses that people would poke the eyes out of and bring to school and look like hipsters?
Yeah, those are awful, but yeah.
It was the first time someone had done one of those movies, like, really fucking cool. Alright, you know what?
That's fair.
Let's get into the questions. Enough jibber-jabber about the news. Save the tweeting for the birds. Save the birds for the Twitter. You know?
Good point, Daryl. That was a great transition. Now we're getting into your favorite topic. Sing the jingle with me, Daryl. Q&A session. Freesocks.
Get them socks, baby. Alright. So you got the questions pulled up, or should I?
You're probably gonna have to read them, Daryl. I tried to have them pulled up, but I couldn't find your message.
Okay, for sure. I'm pulling them up right now. All right. So here's question number 1 from. I'm gonna say her name, but I'm not gonna say anything else. Katrina. Would you rather have hands on your feet, hands where your feet are, or feet where your hands are?
All right, that's a question for sure. And so so in this scenario,
your feet would replace your hands, but you also have regular feet. So you'd have 4
all
feet.
All
You
or
have all
feet?
feet, yes.
Or all hands?
Or all hands, yeah.
Obviously, you want all hands, Daryl. I mean,
But I don't know if would the hand. Well, here's the thing. We have to think about it this way. Would the hands have evolved or adapted to be feet? Because I can tell you right now, my hands aren't adapted to walk on the cold, hard, or very hot ground.
I'm sure after
You know?
some time they would. I mean, if you have, whoa.
Like,
If you
would
have-
we? Are we
is that
born
so?
like this, or would a witch have cursed us? Like, there's not enough context in this question. So hey, if you're sending questions, send some context. Did a witch do this? Was it like The Fly, where we got shoved in with some extra parts into a lab and we got switched and now we have all the appendages? Was it a terrible hand or foot transplant gone horribly wrong? Did we do a body swap with an X-Man? You have to tell us how this went down.
All good points, Daryl. All good points.
Now, because here's the thing. If it's like a witch did this, our hands aren't adapted, so it's just going to be ouchie, 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 ouchie. But you can go real fast when you go on all fours, but it's still ouchie, ouchie. But I guess you could wear gloves or mittens.
Daryl, I don't think you're thinking of this the right way. I mean, having feet for your hands, I mean, you lose all the functionality of your hands. You can't do anything with toes.
Except
up
for
here.
hitting people. You could just go to boxing or MMA and just absolutely murder. Just
Well, I'm sure that's cheating, Daryl. I'm sure that's in the rules. You can't have feet for hands, Daryl. That's in the rules.
Aaron, you and I have both seen Air Bud. I know sport people don't think about these type of things. Because in Air Bud, they were like,
right.
there's no rule saying a golden retriever can't play high school basketball. Show me in the rule book where it says this dog can't take the place of some kid who's been sweating on the bench all fucking year. But yeah, no. So I think Dana White would be like, a guy with feet for hands? Huh. Get him in here. Get him a sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, Daryl. You're right, Daryl. All right, cool.
But yeah, to follow up your point, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. I would 100% I'd rather have hands for feet because I could sort of monkey around. I could climb up on stuff real good. I could almost be like Spider-Man, except I don't stick. I'm just very dexterous and agile.
Straight Curious
Also,
George.
You're never dropping shit again. Like, if you drop anything, grab, snag, put it right in your hand. It's amazing.
Thank you for the question, Katrina. It's a great question.
Okay, next question. This one's a little bit... This is some of our patented South Park humor. Very American Dad, very risque humor.
All right, Daryl, lay it on me.
Are traps gay?
Ah, yeah, I remember this question. I remember this one.
So you remember?
I'd ask what traps are. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
What's your
that's
stance?
To be honest, I'm not very familiar with the trap culture.
The trope, yes.
I also had to ask what a trap was.
Okay.
So
So
I'm
for
not
anybody
sure.
who doesn't know or is unfamiliar with anime stuff, a trap is a male character that is pretty much portrayed as female. It's not typically seen as a transgender person because they do state that they are a dude later, but they look very feminine the entire time.
So,
and
like,
hence the name trap.
Are they cross dressers, Daryl? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
It's more like their features are drawn in such a way that they're indistinguishable from the other female characters. It's just that they are dudes. They just have face features and secondary features that look like female.
But they also wear feminine clothing as well, right?
Sometimes. Other times, no. But clothing in anime is up and it's limbo. There's no... Anyone can wear whatever. You'll never know. But, yeah. I guess they do. You could say that they do dress like women sometimes. From time to time.
That's a very difficult question.
So say you were transported into an anime by a magic portal or whatever. Real Narnia situation. There's like an anime Tubness. He's sitting outside. James McAvoy. He's got the wood elf legs or whatever, and he's like, "Oi, Aaron-kun, come hang out in Anime Chan or whatever." And you're like, "Oh, all right." You go into the portal. We're in an anime world now, and you see the prettiest girl you've ever seen. Long pink hair, all the way down to their feet. They've got a giant sword, some weird skirt, thigh highs. And all of a sudden they're like, "What's up? My name's Alexander. I'm a dude."
Obviously, I'd be upset, Daryl. Obviously, any dude would be upset in that situation, Daryl. I don't care
For
who
sure.
you are. You're going to be upset.
You'd
That's
be
the
upset.
reaction.
Now,
But at the same
why
time, this
upset?
doesn't answer the question, Daryl. This doesn't answer the question.
You're right. You're 100% right. Now, I'm gonna throw another curveball at you. Before Alexander speaks, you're like, "Damn, that girl's fine as hell," and you're like, "Damn, that's the prettiest girl I've ever seen in my life." Like, I'm gonna give you another realistic scenario. One time, I was flipping through a magazine, People magazine, and I saw a person with really, really long hair. I was like, "Wow, that girl's gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, prettiest girl I've ever seen in my life." I flipped past it because I wasn't paying attention. I flipped back. It's Harry Styles with his long hair.
Daryl.
Now you tell me, Aaron.
Good God, Daryl. Okay, yeah, okay.
Where are you sitting at in this hypothetical? You're flipping through. Oh my God, that girl's striking. Flipping through, and you go back. Oh my God, that was Harry Styles.
All right, Daryl, let me give you the play-by-play. First of all, I'm not flipping through the People magazine. There's your first mistake.
You're at the grocery store line checking out, waiting for your mom to finish paying. You're checking out People or you're checking out National Enquirer. I guarantee.
Even then, Daryl. Even then, okay.
No. You're picking up USA?
Daryl, okay. So then I have this whole Harry Styles problem, okay? This whole shenanigans, it plays out. I never tell anybody about it. Absolutely not. Never ever. And I never think of it again because that's not a situation I want to be in, Daryl. I mean, sure, Harry Styles is probably a handsome man. Sure, Daryl.
Probably.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sure, he's a handsome man, Daryl. Sure. Okay, yeah. But I'm not upset that he's a man. This question's totally we're not answering the question one bit, Daryl. Are
No,
traps
you're not.
gay? No, traps aren't gay. Next question.
That's a good cap on that question. Just are they? No, they're not. Because everyone's been there. We've all been there. Now, this is a question from me to the listener at home, to everybody, to you, Aaron, for everyone to just ask themselves, if they had cloning technology, but at the end of the day, your clone just sort of, at the end of Infinity War, poof, in ashes. No one would ever
Daryl!
No one would ever know.
This is a spoiler-free podcast.
The movie's not even in theaters anymore. It's on DVD. You know what? Spoiled. Anyway, at the end of the day, your clone just disappears and no one even knows it happened. Would you, one time for the one time, get busy with yourself just to see what you like?
Absolutely not, Daryl.
Just one time.
Absolutely
for the one
not.
time.
This should not stay in the podcast, Daryl. This should not, absolutely not stay in the podcast, Daryl. That is a wild question you should save for your most personal friends. You could ask me that question, sure, but not when we're going to publish a conversation on the internet, Daryl. Absolutely. Absolutely
Aaron,
not.
what is a podcast for if not for publishing personal conversations with other people? We're not sponsored.
Absolutely true, Daryl. Absolutely true. We are not sponsored, except for by the following great sponsors: Blue Apron, everybody. Are you having trouble cooking meals at home, Daryl? Are you having trouble? You go to the grocery store, you're scrolling through, you just can't find what you want to. You just want dinner for yourself, You just want your own portion, just Daryl. Well, Blue Apron's got you covered, Daryl. They've got you covered.
Blue
They got
Apron has
simple
me
meal
covered?
packages. You covered, Daryl. You personally. Simple meal
Okay.
packages, individually sized portions,
And how much is
and
it priced?
a coupon code, Daryl. A coupon code for 10% off when you input Freesocks. That's right, Freesocks. Get your own free week. Just kidding. Okay, we're not sponsored. That's fine. I'm not good at doing this thing like Daryl is. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's a fun joke. We're at 54 minutes.
Yeah,
You
we're
wanted-
starting to wrap this up, Daryl. We're starting to wrap this up for sure.
Okay,
But,
so who do you
is
think
it-
won the socks?
Who won the socks? That was all the questions?
There's more questions, but they're not very good. One is any Tinder stories, and you don't use Tinder, and I don't use Tinder. I could make up a story. Do you want me to make up a story?
No, not right now, Daryl. Now it's not the time nor place.
Exactly.
Well, maybe the place, but not the time.
And the other question is, how much money for you to bang Donald Trump?
Yeah, no, that's not a question we're answering. Sorry, fellas.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's not enough money on the planet of Earth.
I'm not sure there's enough money on the planet of Earth for me to bang Harry Styles, Daryl. I'm not sure there's enough for me to even
I think
do
there's
that.
a dollar amount.
Okay, Daryl, there is for you, possibly. Maybe for you, Daryl, but absolutely not for me. And, with that absolutely insightful sentiment, I think we're going to have to leave all of our viewers with a have a great week and all the best wishes. Anything else we should say, Daryl? We need like a full outro.
Please email check out the song Good Cool Generator by Bad Moves. Email givemefreesocks@gmail.com to send in your questions so you can win some socks. All our socks come from georgesocks.com. A great place to get all sorts of wacky novelty socks for a very good price. They have more than just socks. They have pins, lanyards, a bunch of stuff. And this podcast is also brought to you by Squarespace. So check out squarespace.com where you can build amazing websites, beautiful, beautiful templates, award-winning patented customer service, 24-hour support for anything you need. Squarespace.com. You don't need to know anything about coding or computers or anything like that. You can just go on. And they will also help you in getting a domain. I went out and I just snapped up freesocks.com. That's my domain now. $20. Guess what? You'll have to kill me for that name now. Squarespace.com for when you need a website.
Daryl. This is like the exact thing they read in Squarespace ads. How did you get this? Are we actually sponsored by Squarespace now? Is that because that sounded absolutely legit.
Our website is made on Squarespace. Also, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I know every single Squarespace ad like the back of my hand. I've heard it all the time. So yeah, you just say thank you, and you talk about all the amazing features Squarespace has, and it's a very, very low price. And if you use the offer code FREESOCKS on Squarespace.com right now, you can get 10% off your first domain. That's FREESOCKS in the promo code for 10% off your first website domain. Squarespace.com.
That's wild.
I think we're going to keep doing that running joke of sponsorships where we just
until we actually get some? No, we're not getting any.
I don't think we're going to get any.
Ourselves. Who are we joking
Yeah, but
ourselves?
I think it's a really fun joke. I think we should keep doing that joke because it's really fun.
All right, I think this is the one exception where we can allow people to tweet us and to email us in not a question format to say whether or not it's a funny joke.
Yeah, you can tell us if it sucks. We'll try and have episodes out every week, but we're probably going to do, for right now, one sock giveaway a month. So always keep emailing questions because we're going to pick the best one at the end of the month for right now. And then later we'll start doing every sock a week. Socks are pretty good. And if you don't win the socks, you can always buy them. And I'll tweet a picture of the socks and I'll post what the socks are and a link to them on the website once that's up and running. So, anything else before we close out, Aaron? We actually made it to an hour.
Yeah, I think this is a decent first run. Yeah.
Also, we're gonna record our own theme music at the beginning, right? Like with guitar. Like, have you been thinking of anything? Because I'm just gonna do like 3 chords.
I have been thinking of something, but I think we should talk about that after we close this out.
Okay, you want to jump back on Xbox after this? Because I still got the Xbox running.
Oh, I don't have it still running, but I might hop back on.
All right, for sure.
All right, everybody, have a great week. Enjoy your free socks, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.
Yep, let's catch you on the flip. Later.
End the recording.